Listen, if Mario Tennis Fever and Yoshi's Funny Book and Pokemon, the Pokopia Town, those games drop and they're like the greatest games ever, if they're like the best games Nintendo's ever put out, I'll be the first one here to tell you all that. Look, I'm sticking to my word, okay? We're 2 out of 3 now. Except that you probably didn't hear it from me first. That Pokopia, Pokemon Pokopia is a pretty darn good game. But it's not for me, and that's okay. Guys, I'm gonna level with you here for a minute. Pokopia is not a game that I had on my radar at all whatsoever. I had like pretty much zero interest in it. It's just not really the kind of game that I'm super into. These life sim, resource management kinds of games. I'll tell you, it's the kind of thing I would have been into when I was younger, but nowadays if I want to resource manage, I just go figure out what I can afford at the grocery store. Jokes aside, this is the kind of game that my wife is super into. She loves Pokemon, she loves Animal Crossing and games like Minecraft, so she was really excited for this one and she picked it up. And I played a few hours of it on my Switch when she wasn't playing it, and it was about what I expected. It's good. I would even go as far as to say it's pretty good. I could see the addictive feedback loop emerging from the very earliest points of the game. You are a ditto, a little ditto guy, and it's your goal to create habitats to restore the region that you are living in and bring Pokemon and just life and fruitfulness back to the land. You discover new Pokemon, you work with them to continue to develop the area further. You can do little quests for them to try to make them feel cozier in your little Pokopia town. And from what I hear, the game is quite expansive. I want to say I got about 3 hours. 3 hours out of the game, and I can see where it's starting to go. I have nothing but nice things to say about the game so far, okay? So I don't want to come across like I'm trying to be negative, because that's not at all what I'm trying to do here. I'm just saying it's not really the kind of game that I get super engrossed in and into, at least for now. I can say that who knows, maybe I'll come back to this game at some point, maybe even in the near future, I don't know, and it'll hook me in a way that just that I'm not right now. But I just know the kind of game that it is, and I just don't really feel like getting super into a game like this right now at this point, because there's a lot of other games that I'm trying to play right now that I'm a lot more interested in than Pokopia, so that's really all there is to it. I just want to make that clear. I mean, this isn't going to be like a big full review of the game. I'll put it this way, I mean, if it seems like the kind of game that you would be into if you're into life sim, resource management type games, something like Animal Crossing, especially Animal Crossing, if you're a Nintendo fan, if you're into Pokemon, I mean, this is the perfect marriage of those things. I would imagine you would enjoy this quite a bit. If you're like me and these cozy, slower paced games aren't necessarily your favorite thing, you might not get super into it. Obviously, I can't definitively tell you how you're gonna feel about this game. It might look like something that's not interesting to you, and then you end up really loving it. I don't know. When I was a kid, this is the exact kind of game that would have just been my fixation, my absolute addiction. Getting to play as a Pokemon, having the creative freedom to do just about whatever it is you want in this place, getting to play it with friends, and it's Pokemon? You guys have no idea how big of a Pokemon fan I was as a kid. I loved Pokemon. It's like that Buzz Lightyear meme. Look at me, I was a kid and I liked Pokemon. Obviously, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with liking it if you're not a kid, okay? I'm just saying that when I was a kid, this is the exact kind of thing that would have been for me. Not so much now that I'm old and fat, but this is the branch that I'm gonna climb out on here to sort of get into a wider conversation here. Because at the beginning of this year, I mean, literally, just 2 months ago in January, I was expressing that, I wasn't feeling super crazy about Nintendo's lineup of games heading out for this year, and then I was feeling a little bit wishy-washy about some of the quality assurance that we had been seeing in some of their more recent releases. Not everything they've done this year has been a home run so far. I did hear mixed things about the Xenoblade Chronicles X Switch 2 edition, but I gotta say, they're kind of starting to win me over a little bit with some of these releases this year, okay? Mario Tennis was one of those releases that, when it was announced, it was just crickets from me, okay? I mean, you could literally go watch my reaction to it in the live stream. The Switch 1 Mario sports games, they let me down. The idea of yet another Mario Tennis just really did not sound very appealing to me. The price tag still not very appealing to me. But as they began to market it a little bit more and show it off a little bit more, something funny started to happen. I got a little more excited, and then the game released, and I gotta say, Mario Tennis Fever is a pretty damn fun game. This is the most fun I've had with a Mario sports game since the GameCube. It's fitting that Fever reminds me a lot of Mario Power Tennis from the GameCube. I sunk a lot more hours into this already than I was expecting, but probably not as many hours as I would even like. But you know, I've been bouncing around to a lot of different games lately. I'm sure I'll get back on it here at some point. Played a couple of really fun sessions with the Donkey Pals. This game just gets so chaotic. I mean, like, I'm cackling like an idiot the whole time that I'm like playing this game, man. Some of the stupid shit, like some of these stupid rackets, it's dumb, it's chaotic, but it is hilarious and it is fun. And so now here's Pokopia, right? Like, Pokopia has now graced us, and like, I don't know what to say other than like, it's a pretty good game. It's just not for me. You know, I don't gotta keep reiterating it. You get it. But even though it's not for me, I'm glad that it exists. I'm glad that it's here and that it turned out as good as it did, and that many people are enjoying it. From what I have heard, Pokopia is sold out everywhere, despite the fact that it's a game key card. It seems like that online buzz around hating game key cards didn't translate to real life very well, now did it? But yeah, another good game for the Switch 2 library can only be a good thing. I think Nintendo has covered a lot of bases so far with the types of demographics that they're attempting to appeal to as far as the games go on the Switch 2 so far. Okay, but here's another thing, like something else funny has begun to happen for me. So one of the games that I've been playing through lately has been Yoshi's Woolly World. I played it back in 2016, didn't think much of it, and that was just kinda it. I haven't really held the game in very high regard over the years. And then Crafted World really sort of soured me on Yoshi. I didn't really think that game was all that great either. I don't even think I finished Crafted World, but something magical's happening. I'm really liking Yoshi's Woolly World on this playthrough. Trying to get perfect scores, you know, for each of the levels is really satisfying. It's very fun. There's like 4 different marks that you have to try to hit. Like, you have to have your life filled up, gotta have like 20 little heart points, gotta get all the flowers, all the yarn pieces, and then all the red coins. Red coins? Is that what it is? No, not red coins. I'm getting that mixed up with Crafted World. The stamp gems, which are just basically the red coins. But the way that all of these things are hidden and scattered throughout each of these levels it's intuitive. It's really well done. And I'm having a blast playing through these levels, just trying to hunt everything down, collect everything. Aesthetically, the game is just beautiful. If you want to hear me yap more about Woolly World, I've got a new save state coming up pretty soon for my channel members and Patreon supporters. Funny little self-promo there. But the point I'm trying to make is that it has completely warped my perception of the Yoshi games. I'm having so much fun with Woolly World that I'm really thinking about jumping back into Crafted World to see if I can like find something there that I didn't on my initial playthrough of that game. From what I understand, the general consensus is that Crafted World isn't as good as Woolly World, so I'm kind of suspecting to feel somewhat similar. But I do want to see if I can dig in, find a new appreciation for that game. And yeah, Yoshi's Funny Book. Very abrupt change of pace. Woolly World's got me looking at Funny Book like, okay, maybe I underestimated you, Yoshi, and your little Funny Book guy there. And then, of course, you know, today, at the time of recording this, I don't know if I'm releasing this today, is Mario Day. And Nintendo dropped a new trailer for Yoshi and the Super Ultra Mega Funny Book. And what a funny book he is, indeed. I just gotta say, okay, like, visually, this game. Oh, it looks so good. The stylistic choices here, I just love it. It does seem potentially like a little bit different of a Yoshi game than what we've gotten for the last couple of entries, to an extent. Like, it seems more about like exploring and discovering all the different types of like creatures and all that kind of stuff in these little book worlds, these little storybook worlds. Seems like it's gonna be a very cozy little game about exploring and discovering things, and I'm like legitimately pretty darn excited for this game now, I gotta say. So I don't know, man, like I don't know what changed in me, but you know, maybe some of these releases coming up from Nintendo, maybe I underestimated them, maybe I misjudged them. Although, can you blame me on tennis? Can you blame me for feeling a certain way about that before it released? surprised. The fact that it turned out as good as it did was just a lovely surprise, okay? This does seem to be Nintendo's cozy game era. I think that's probably a good way to put it. I mean, tennis isn't really so much a cozy game, but maybe it is a bit more casual. But stuff like Pokopia, Yoshi and the Funny Book, Tomodachi Life, like this is the kind of crowd that Nintendo is pretty heavily catering to especially in the early half of this year. We'll see what happens in the back half. I mean, we are gonna have stuff like Fire Emblem, Splatoon Raiders. Well, okay, we actually don't know if that's coming this year. And I'm assuming there's probably gonna be like a new 3D Mario game. It's like a meme to talk about 3D Mario at this point, I get it. But I do think it makes sense. I'm not really pining for it one way or another. I've got Bonanza, so I'm cozy, okay? I'm cozy. I'm cozy in this cozy game era. Anyway, okay, I know this video is kind of a little bit all over the place. I kind of just wanted to talk, though, a little bit about how, like, I don't know, my perspective. I'm getting a little bit of a perspective shift here as we're working our way through the days and weeks of Nintendo this year. Their new releases. I mean, okay, I don't know that I would say that everything is just like hitting for me, you know, just firing on all cylinders for me and my tastes personally. But Nintendo is at least releasing some good stuff so far this year. I'm just talking specifically about new releases, okay? Tennis, Pokopia, solid games. The Switch 2 editions I'm not really like all that interested in, and I haven't been paying a ton of attention to. I don't know how the Animal Crossing one turned out. I heard some iffy things about like the resolution upscaling, but like that was pretty much it. I know they added other stuff to that. I don't know, maybe it was good. Maybe it's fun for the Animal Crossing crowd, I don't know. But hey, oh yeah, that's another one in that little cozy game camp though, isn't it? Mario Wonder, they just keep revealing more and more for that. That was another thing they put out a trailer for today, and it looks like it's gonna have plenty of stuff. I really liked Mario Wonder, so I don't know. Maybe I do have to keep my eye on this. We'll see. Anywho, okay, that's about enough yapping from me. Have you had a chance to play Pokopia? If so, how do you feel about Pokopia? How you feeling about the rest of Nintendo's lineup for this year? I'm getting excited for Yoshi. That's like the main one I've got my eyes on now. We're only 2 months away. That's pretty cool. I guess I'll pick it up. I guess I'll pick it up and we'll dig into it whenever it releases. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear from you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.